of bad losses because I don't think they get up for their quarterback. They got a great team, but when you just look who's leading us, whether it's Kurt or Michael Penix Jr., I don't think the team really just ready to ride for that. Me being a former player, man, I could tell you when Peyton Manning was in the huddle, it was not a game we didn't think we was going to win. You got to feel like you can win in the league. And if you don't mind just going home like, I'm going to get my check on Wednesday regardless. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Guys could get in that mode in the NFL quick. That's why I think they say it's a quarterback-driven league. They either crank you up and feel like you can win, or they crank you down and have guys don't give a f***. The Falcons just look like a team who really didn't give a f***.
Regardless of who's in there, whether it's Michael Penix Jr. or Kirk Cousins, I see the same thing when I watch the game. It just doesn't look like a lot of energy and inspired offense right now. That, to me, means more, I think, to the offensive coordinator.
If the Falcons can get a big-time quarterback and just insert him into that same team, same coordinator, man, that'd be one of the top teams in the NFC.
So you're out on Penix?
Yes, I told you. I said it when we talked about it weeks ago. It's just like good, then it's super regular, bro. It's like nothing jumps off the tape. If I played with him, I wouldn't be like, oh, Penix under center? Oh, yeah, we're going to win today. Nah, hell nah. It's real regular. They got a lot of bad.
Yo, what's going on? It's your dog, man. Titus checking in with a video. We got former NFL DB Aqib Talib checking in on our Falcons, man. You know, he's talking about a quarterback situation there. As you just heard, this has been one of the main talking points going on in his fan base. Offensive coordinator can't score points, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now, I wanted to play this because really Aqib, he is really speaking on some things that, you know, I pretty much agree with. You know, a lot of things that, you know, I've been talking about lately. You know, I don't think this whole thing with the Falcons is just simply an offensive coordinator related issue. I think it's a conjunction of things, and I think he made a great point, especially being a former NFL player who has played on a high level, multiple Pro Bowl, Super Bowl champion, all pro. He said, listen, man, like, this team just needs a quarterback to lift them. And I could not agree more. This team is missing a quarterback that can lift us. We need a quarterback that can come in here, get everybody to buy in and believe that that quarterback is a person that's going to win 10, 11, 12 games this season. And that's really what this team is sorely missing. When we went and gave Kirk Cousins $100 million guaranteed, you know, 2 years ago in the offseason, we really thought he was going to be that guy. And, you know, during some parts of last season, it looked like he was going to be that guy. Then he just fell totally off the cliff. And ever since then, it's really been a struggle for the Atlanta Falcons. Aqib said, you know, he's not buying into Michael Penix. Now, I can't speak for him, but I'm assuming that he's saying as of right now that Penix is just not the guy to step in and, you know, and lead this team into a deep playoff run because he is so inexperienced, you know, which I would have to reluctantly agree with. And I say I'm reluctant to agree with that because I'm a Falcons fan. I want the best for this team. But Michael Penix Jr., it just isn't there yet. And he should not be expected to be there yet. You know, this is his first year as a full-time starter. So a lot of growing pains and things that he's going to go through. And we all just hope, you know, as the years go by and he gets more experience and, you know, he starts to learn that he'll eventually be that guy. But, you know, that's one of the main reasons that I have just not been tooth and nail, you know, ride or die, going at Zach Robinson, going at Raheem Morris, because, you know, as I have been observing this team, you know, I look around, I'm just like, look, we are lacking in the most important position, and that's the quarterback position. It starts, it stops with the quarterback position. So that's a big reason I have been reluctant to be as critical as a lot of our fans have been about the coaching staff, specifically Zach Robinson, because I don't think it's solely a Zach Robinson issue. Now, am I saying that Zach Robinson is doing a fantastic job? He's doing an excellent job? No, I'm not. But again, it starts and stops at the quarterback. Last year, before Kirk Cousins fell off the cliff, you know, Kirk was under Zach Robinson. You know, he was setting franchise records for passing yards, 500 and I think about 37 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, beating Tampa Bay, swept Tampa Bay. You know, this offense was humming last year with Zach Robinson, and you can't get me to believe or buy in that Zach is doing anything drastically different, or he forgot how to call plays or scheme plays. Like, you in the NFL, you really, really, really need the quarterback to pick up a team, to get a team to buy into them, and just do everything that a quarterback needs to do to get a team over the hump. And I do tend to, believe what Aqib is saying. Like, look, the players, the players on the Falcons team, they don't have a lot of confidence in the quarterback position. So it's easier for their morale to go down. It's easier for them to say, well, my check won't be there every Wednesday regardless. We don't have a quarterback right now. But once we get that quarterback, we keep the same core talent around, we're going to be a dangerous team. And I also agree with him as well. If we had a top level quarterback right now who was ready to come in right now and play at a high level, a very high level or an elite level, this would be one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL. It's not all about Zach Robinson being the worst offensive coordinator in the world. We just don't have what we need at the quarterback position right now, and we're hoping that in the near future, Michael Penix will eventually grow into that quarterback, that can lift the team. But that's really what we're missing, y'all. It starts and it stops at the quarterback position. So if you've been watching this video, make sure you do hit the like, make sure you do subscribe, and also comment and tell me what you think about the video we just saw. Do you think it's a quarterback issue, or is it strictly a offensive coordinator, Zach Robinson issue? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm gone. Peace.